Welcome, parents, to our kindergarten parent orientation. We are so excited that you're able to be with us. Typically, we do this in person. It allows us to hear your questions and to hopefully give you good answers. Unfortunately, we are not able to do that this year. So what we do want you to know that if you have any questions on what we're sharing with you today, please feel free to call us, email us. Your communication with us is critical. My name is Carlene Dastrup. I am the director at the Early Learning Center, and I have a fantastic staff that work with us, and I want them to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Chrisanne Miles, and I work at the Early Learning Center. I handle curriculum, Carpool, and I'm an instructor.
Hi, my name is Brianna Nuttall. I am an instructor for the all-day kindergarten.
Hi, my name is Haley Curtis. I am a groups instructor for kindergarten. Hi, I'm Ari Whelan and I am the AM kindergarten teacher.
Hi, I'm Elka Openshaw and I am the assistant director here at the Early Learning Center.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Hatch and I'm the all-day kindergarten teacher.
So you can see why it's going to be a fabulous year because we have incredible staff, and I know our students are going to be amazing. So what we'd like to do is get right down to it, give you some information that you can really review whenever you have questions. And like I said, if you do have additional questions, please contact us. I just quickly want to tell you, for those parents that are new to APA, a little bit about the school and why we love it and why we know that you're going to love it as well. Our mission statement is as follows. Our school's mission is to ensure each student achieves maximum academic success while teaching skills to mastery levels, imparting valuable knowledge, transmitting the common culture that binds us as a nation, and exposing children to supreme examples of artistic and intellectual achievement. I know that is a mouthful. Bottom line is we want your children to come and love to learn and love to attend school. That is what our goal is. So if you don't know APA, we are founded on two pillars. We have our academic pillar and we have our character development pillar. And I love that part of the school. What that is we, on a monthly basis, we focus on just great concepts. I'm just going to share a few with you. These are our builder mottos for this coming year. And we'll be focusing on things about being enthusiastic or showing integrity, expressing gratitude in word and deed. Just areas that help our students just be better students, better friends, and better members of the community. So look for ways that we will be integrating that into our curriculum this year. Also, you will, when you are reviewing this, there will also be documents that are attached to the email. This is one, it's just our kindergarten orientation. It sums up what we will be addressing today, kind of gives you a guideline. You can make notes as to questions that you might have. Also, typically in past years, we actually have a copy of this parent-student handbook. I believe that was done while you enrolled. It clarifies so many things about APA, our policies, and how we best can serve your students. We also attached to this link, and it gives you the opportunity to view our calendar for the year. It talks about days off, when the terms end, and on the back it will also have a calendar for you. This is unique. This year we will be providing an on-campus and an off-campus program. For you parents that are viewing this in your off-campus, you will be receiving additional information from those teachers and instructors, But again, if you have any questions, they will be providing contact information for you to help answer those questions for you. Parents, we want you to know that it is critical to the success of our center and to APA that we have good communication with our parents. At the end of the year, in the spring, we typically send out a parent survey. And this has many questions that we want your input. We want to know how we served you and how better we can serve you in years to come. So please look for that and fill that out so that it gives us proper information on how best to serve. We, as you may or may not be aware, we have volunteer opportunities. We ask that each of our families give 20 hours of volunteer service. Now, if you are a dual campus family and you've got students at Draper 1, Draper 2, Draper 3, you are welcome to use those hours at the other campuses. We really hope to provide you with opportunities. I'm thinking for this year, those opportunities might be more from working at home. There will be maybe supplies, things that we can have you do, bulletin boards, things that have to be cut out, that the teachers will be in contact with you and will give you ways to be able to fulfill those volunteer hours. We will be tracking those. And Miss Openshaw will be doing that for you. So throughout the year, if you want to know how many hours you have accumulated, you are welcome to contact her on that. Uniforms, I believe families that you have received all needed information. These have been sent out periodically throughout the summer, and if you attended the meet and greet, this was available as well. We also have our information for the uniforms online. You're welcome to go online if you have any questions on the uniform. Behavioral policy. Now, of course, I'm sure with 5-year-olds, we're not going to have any behavioral problems. I'm sure they're just going to be perfect, and we're not going to have any students that are sent to the office. But just in case we do have that student that is having a difficult time in their classroom, this is it's time to leave. If we do have a student that does need to be sent to the office, this is the policy that we will follow. A student will be given a little form, and this teacher will fill on that form maybe something that the student is needing to work on. If they're having a difficult time in class for some reason, they then will come to the office. Every time a student is sent to the office for a behavioral reason, a parent will be contacted. It's important that you know what is going on in class and with your student so that you can hopefully address those issues at home. If the behavior continues, we will probably ask a parent to do either two things. Number one, they can sit in the classroom and observe that student to see how best that we can help them. If it's something that continues, that student will be asked to go home for that day for a reset. Sometimes we all need resets, and so that will be our policy when it comes to behavioral issues. I believe, as far as I'm concerned, that's all that I wanted to cover. I'm going to pass the mic to a few other people, and they're going to be able to share some information as well. But again, we're so excited to have you a part of our APA family and to be able to be a part of your students' education.
Hello. Okay, I'm excited to talk to you guys about Carpool. Yay! Okay, so all of our families will receive Carpool tags, and these are perforated, and you can hang them on your rearview mirror. You need to have a Carpool tag to pick up your student. If you do not, then, well, we'll talk about that. You need to have a Carpool tag to pick up your student. You can give these to multiple people. If you have grandma picking them up or a friend and they have this, then we won't ask any questions. If you have someone coming to the school to pick up your child that does not have one of these, you need to call the school and give us their name, and then we will ask for a photo ID before we will release that child to them. Your child's safety is the most important thing, and so we take these extra precautions. So please be patient with us, as we would hate, heaven forbid, we should send a student with someone that is not authorized to take them. You can request more of these at any time, so please just let myself or Mrs. Openshaw know, and we will get these made for you. Everyone will receive a carpool map. We do not make left-hand turns during carpool time. It just helps the flow of carpool, so when you come, we also deal with D1 traffic, so it just makes sense to follow the line and come around. There's a picture at the bottom that can help show you that. For our AM kinder and all day, drop-off starts at 8 o'clock. We do not let children in the building before 8, so you need to wait in your car with them. When the time comes, we will come out and we will help them out of the car and inside. Have your child sit. It's easier, I know not all the time, but if possible, please have your child on the passenger side so it's easier for us to come around to just do the side closest to the building to get them out. You, as a parent, stay in your car and then just drive forward. Please follow our carpool guidelines and go through carpool. Some parents think that it's faster for them when it comes to pick up their child, that they can just park and come in, but that causes problems because there's a limited number of us, and so those of us that would be in the office are usually outside doing carpool, so we can't pull your child out at that time, and it just makes more sense, and it goes quickly, especially with half of our students being off campus right now. It should be a breeze. So please, if you have any questions, let us know. Pickup for AM Kinder is at 11:30. Please be here between 11:30 and 11:45. If you are later, we will call you and notify you, and there could be issues. Drop off for PM starts at 11:45 and school starts at 12. Pickup for all day and PM is at 3. Pickup is at 3 o'clock. Please be here no later than 3:15, as we have other things to do. Try and stay between the 3 o'clock and 3:10 time frame. If for some reason you're running late, please call ahead and let us know so we can be aware of that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And we ask too, no cell phones during carpool. We do not need people being distracted. We don't want anybody to get hit or any issues with cars or whatever. We need everybody paying attention, so please no carpools. You will get these or receive these at the meet and greet on Friday, and if not, you can pick them up anytime, but aim for meet and greet on Friday. Okay, switching gears, library. All the students will be issued a bag like this. It will have a label with a barcode and their name, and they need to have their bag in order to check out books. We encourage reading, and there will be an opportunity for library every week. So they will be able to pick 2 books, and they put them in the bag and then put this in their backpack. And we encourage them to keep them in the bag. Even if they're in their backpack, keep them in the bag, because there can be issues. When water bottles leak, you get books that get damaged, and you will be held responsible if there is an incident with the water bottle or the books are damaged. So please keep them in the bag. If you bring back the books, which we love that you bring the books back, but you do not have a bag, then please let us know. Try and keep track of your bag. If not, we can make new bags, but you need to have a bag in order to check out books. Overdue and past due book reports will be sent out weekly, both through email and attached to the learning plan, so please pay close attention to those. The child can check out 2 books and have them for 2 weeks. If they lose a book, or please let us know. We do not accept replacement books. You can pay for the book, but we do not accept you to turn around and buy the book and then bring it back. We would accept that as a donation, but we cannot accept replacement books to cover that cost. So if there is a lost book or a damaged book, you will have to pay the charge for that. Okay, and if there's any other questions, please let me know. I handle library and curriculum, and I'm excited. Thanks.
I am Mrs. Openshaw, as I said before. I am the Assistant Director here at the Early Learning Center. I am going to be going over some office procedures with you. Since COVID, there is a lot of changes, and so I'm going to let you know about those. Every day, we need parents to go onto Skyward and fill out what they call a daily wellness screening. It sounds like it's going to be a long process, but it isn't. It's only 2 questions. You just go over the list and make sure that your child isn't having any of those symptoms. Click no again, and then enter. If they do not have one filled out, or if they fail that, then the child cannot come to school. So be aware of that. Make sure that your child is well enough to come to school. We will be running a report at 8 o'clock in the morning, so please have your checklist filled out by 7:55 so that you can, so that we can allow your child in school. Visitors and guests. We'll have on our glass before you enter the school, there's a checklist of things that visitors and guests should look at to make sure that they're well when they're coming in. We will have a buzzer at the door. You will be buzzed in and we will check your temperature. Just make sure that you're well when you come to visit us. I needed to talk to you about our cleaning policy. We are going to be cleaning the classrooms or the homeroom classrooms, breakout rooms, whenever we have a transition. And so we will be keeping those things clean that way. And also at the end of the day, everything will be sanitized for the next day. I will be buzzing you in and out of the center. So like I said as before, you make sure that you're feeling well. I will take your temperature and then you'll come in and sign your child in, and then we'll direct them to the classes. Let's see what else I needed to let you know. If you do need to stay in the center, we will give you a visitor name tag. I'm kind of going to be talking about several different things. So if your child has medication that they have to take at school, we do have a form that I will give you from the office to fill out, and then the doctor needs to sign it. If it's not a prescribed medication, you as a parent need to sign it. I need to have that back with the medication, and we will put it in the office in an envelope. If at any time your prescription changes for your child or different doses given or anything, I need a new form filled out so that we have the most current information on the medication. With scheduled absences, I have also another form that will need to be filled out. It tells you about what the teacher will require and what needs to be done while the child is absent, and that we're aware when they're absent. Sick children in school, there's going to be 2 different ways that we're going to handle that. With the COVID, if they have a fever, if it's over 100.4 degrees in school, they will be put into our breakout room B, which will be considered our isolation. So anybody with a fever will be put into that room, and we will have somebody monitoring that room until the child can be picked up. Other things like bruises or tummy aches or things like that will be taken care of in the office, and if it's bad enough, we'll contact parents. In order to check in your student or check out your student, a parent or a guardian must be present. We will be taking temperatures of everyone to make sure for the safety of everybody. We can't allow you to just drop your child off or have your child come out to the car. You'll have to be present to do both of those. Our tardies policy is that we only allow 9 tardies per term, and we have 5 terms, and then absences is 9 absences for the whole year. Now, considering that we do have the COVID issues, if there's any changes in that, that will be sent out to you by email or newsletter so that you will know what the changes are. In your child's backpack, we would love it if you could put an extra change of clothing and then also extra masks, because sometimes we have issues with runny noses and things like that, and it would be nice for the children to be able to change out their masks. Those need to be kept in their backpacks so that they'll have them here. As said before, I'll be tracking volunteer hours. So if you ever have any questions, just email me, give me a call, and I'll let you know what your volunteer hours are. I really look forward to working with you this year. It's going to be a great year, I know it is. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Miss Seguila, and I'm super excited to talk to you guys about just some of the fun stuff we get to do in kindergarten. But first I want to mention that we have another teacher. Her name is Miss Mertz, and she will be the PM teacher this year. And she unfortunately couldn't be here today to present some of the information, but you guys will meet her at the meet and greet or on the first day of school. Okay, so first we're going to talk about our RU program, or the Reading University program. And that is our program for our students to be reading at home. So each term, your student will be required to read the minimum of 8 books. You can log those books on an RU log. It looks like this. And these will be given at the beginning of each term. And so you will write the title of the book, the author's name, and just sign it, and then also the date. We will be sending you a link to the RU list of approved books, and your child will also have the opportunity of checking out books from our classroom libraries, and those are all RU approved books. And the super fun thing about the RU program is that at the end of each term we have something called the RU store, where our students get to get a super cool ticket, either a green one for reading 8 books, or if they read 15 books or more, they get a gold ticket and they get a super special prize. So we're super excited for that. It's something to look forward to. They love it. The next thing we're going to talk about is our clip-up chart. Our clip-up chart is a motivational system that we use in our classrooms. So it will look something like this. It might depend, the colors might vary depending on the teacher, but for the most part it looks like this. So every day they're going to start at the very bottom. So they will start like either on green, and then they'll have a clip, and they will move levels as they show us positive behaviors. And the goal is to get them to silver or gold by the end of the day. And depending on the teacher, we might just give them a special prize or have a whole class incentive. So on the back of the learning plan, which I'll touch in a minute, we will color in what level they got to. And just know that this is super exciting for them. We love when they're able to clip up, and they love clipping up and seeing if they can be a gold medalist in our class. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So each month we present 2 awards. So one of them is the RU Award, the Reading University Award. And that is for students that are making progress in their reading class, or they're reading a lot of books at home. They enjoy reading, and so we present that award, and we will also be presenting a Builder Award each month. So here at APA, we focus on encouraging our students to be builders. They're building their community versus maybe being wreckers or exhibiting wrecker behavior. So every month we'll focus on a theme to encourage positive behavior, such as be a builder, or building with enthusiasm, helping others, something along those lines. And we also even learn a builder's poem and a builder's song, just for them to know all the positive qualities that builders have. And you might just see those at our Show What You Knows. So a Show What You Know is every month we learn different poems, different songs, and we love to present them to our parents so they can see what their kids are learning. This year will be a little bit different. We'll be recording it and then sending you a link to it. And we will invite the RU winners' parents and also the Builder Award winners' parents to come on that day so they can see their child get that award. And so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the learning plan. The learning plan is amazing. We love the learning plan here at APA because it is an outline of what your child is doing that week. And so on the side we'll have the subjects. Across will be the day, and then it will be filled in will be what we're doing in that certain subject and whether or not your student has homework. or they don't have homework. So this is a great communication tool for you to know what we're doing. And then on the back of it, it has the stars where we'll fill in what level they got to on the clip-up chart, and also for you to write us notes to let us know what's going on, either between your homeroom teachers or your reading or math teachers. On the back of it, we ask that you please sign it so we know that you looked over it and you know what we did that day or whether your child had homework or not. Okay, the next thing I'm going to dive into are snacks. So please send your child with snacks and send them with the snack that they like to eat, because sometimes they maybe don't enjoy the snack that is sent and then they're hungry, and if you have a hungry tummy, we're basically lost. They don't really focus because they're 5 and they need something in their system. So we ask that you bring a snack that they enjoy and also something that is easy for them either to open or eat outside, because that's usually where we're going to eat it. If they have something like that needs a fork or a spoon, please pack that as well. In terms of drinks, we just allow a water bottle. And please do not send any drinks that are colored. We would hate for our carpets to get stained, so we just ask for water, that you guys sent water. So thank you for that. Volunteer opportunities, Ms. Dastrup touched on it a little bit in her previous discussion, and we'll send you more information later on about when we will need volunteers and for what. And also just, we are a no sugar zone. So we will not be giving your students candy, M&Ms, nothing like that. We might give them the occasional goldfish or something like that. So we please ask that if you choose to bring something for your student's birthday, even though we know that it's so fun to bring cupcakes and cake and all those things, we ask that instead you maybe bring pencils, bubbles, or just little toys, something like that. But just know that we are a no sugar zone. So yeah, so now I'm going to turn the time over to Ms. Hatch.
Okay, so I'm going to just wrap us up here with a few other little things that we do during kindergarten. Okay, so these guys are coming to kindergarten. We ask that you don't send any toys with them or blankets or stuffed animals, because they're big kids now and we're not going to play with toys, and it sometimes makes other kids feel bad and it just can cause some problems. So we ask that you please don't send those with your students. If they do bring them in, we will ask them to put them in their backpacks and take them home. We are going to have homework. I know, kindergarten with homework, but we do have homework expectations. It could be 10 to 15 minutes. It could be 45 minutes to an hour. It really just depends on how your child focuses and spends his time or her time wisely in maybe their math or reading groups, or if maybe we didn't get a time to finish a cursive page because we had a fire drill or something like that. It may be that we're sending a little bit of cursive home with them. And then obviously with the library books and doing the reading, we are asking you to read with your student at least 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes a night, and that's part of their homework too. So just expect there to be homework on occasion. There may be some days there's not, and that's great. Here at APA, we have the coolest thing, and it's this blue thing, and we call it a docket. And every kindergartner gets this, and it follows them all throughout APA. The really nice thing about the docket is it's a place for all the kids to keep all their worksheets, all their homework. Their learning plan goes in here, which is a great place for us to communicate with you, for you to see what your child did that day. As Ms. Aguilan had mentioned about our learning plan, there is a folder in our dockets for each subject so that the students can learn some organizational skills and where things go. And so we teach them that. We ask that you bring this every single day. This is super important that your student comes with this every single day. Like I said, it has any of their homework that they did for their math and their reading groups. It has maybe their cursive packet, which they need to bring every day, or things we're working on for our science and history and geography lessons. It also has the learning plan, which again is so important because that lets us know that you're seeing what your child's doing. You're signing the back of that. If they have you sign that, they get to clip up first thing in the morning, which gets them so excited for the day and just gives that positive attitude going right off the bat. So this is so important that you bring this every day. And in with this, that means a backpack. You need to have a backpack that's big enough for this docket to fit in. We've had kids come with backpacks that the docket's hanging out the side and then papers fall out. And so if you could please provide your student with a backpack big enough for the docket to fit in. that would be great. And then with full day kids, we are going to be having lunch here. So a lunch box would also need to fit in their backpack, and then their snack for the day. So full day, they need their docket, a lunch box, one snack, and then a water bottle as well if they'd like to bring one. So a backpack big enough to hold all those things would be great. Each student will receive a name tag that looks like this, and we ask that our students wear it every single day at the school. We will not be sending these home because sometimes we lose them, and then parents have to buy a new one, or they lose the magnet on the back, and then we have to ask you to buy a new magnet. So the students will keep these here at school. Each class has a designated area where the magnet will be and their name tag will be, and the students will know right as soon as they walk in the door that it's so important they grab their name tag, because it lets us know who they are, and they're proud of who they are, and they're proud to be an APA student. So name tags do not go home. They'll stay here in the classroom. Our daily schedule, we do have half day and full day here, but the majority of what we do, each half day and full day will have reading groups and math groups. They will have our core knowledge subjects, which is science, history, and geography. There'll be cursive, and then we do literature where we're reading the students' stories, or we're teaching them songs or poems in order to show you all the fun things that they've been doing because they're so smart. With that, we also have a classroom management program that we use called CHAMPS, and we teach that to the students the first few weeks of school, just how we walk in the hallway if we need to get a teacher's attention, what that looks like, if we need to use the restroom, things like that. We're just teaching them ways to, instead of calling out and yelling for us, and that's what our CHAMPS program is. We do in kindergarten do some state testing. So twice a year we do what we call the KEEP test, and that is Utah State asks us to do that. And then 3 times a year we do a DIBELS testing. And as far as we know, this year, with the way thing ended last year, they didn't do them. As far as we know, we are planning on doing those this year, and we will give you more information as those times are coming up. Moms and dads, we need you, okay? So we need what we call an AST leader. It's basically like our room parent, and we would love to have any of you be that room parent. It just is some ways that we can communicate with the other parents if we're gonna have some sort of an activity and we need things brought in. Each teacher, so there'd be an AM, a PM, and then a full day one we're looking for, just to kind of be our helper. You know, we as teachers, and with everything going on with COVID, it's gonna be a little bit crazy this year, and any help that we can get from you obviously would be great. And so if that's something you're interested in, please let us know, email us. We would love to have any of you be our helpers. It's such a great thing that we get to have our parents help us, and it builds those relationships with you guys that we want to build. Lastly, what to expect the first week of school? Well, that's not a typical school year. So I guess what we'll just say is we're going to be teaching your kids our CHAMPS program really well. We're going to be showing them how we do our transitions, where to use the restroom, when those are appropriate times. You know, they'll see their dockets. We'll teach them about all these things that we're talking to you about. And we're excited. We're excited to have them this year. I think that's it. I'm going to end it. And thank you so much. We're so excited to have your student. This is going to be a great year. Bye.